have to do it. But it's mandatory for all the companies. They better to do it.
And they will tell us that we are done with the unit testing.
Right. They have to give some kind of a report saying that they did test it. They have to do that.
And that is followed by code freeze. What does
Right. Freezing the code means that development team, they say, give me 1 second. The development team, they say that we are done with the development, and then their manager informs the next coming team saying that they completed, so we are not going to do any more modifications.
So that's
Freezing the code, yeah. Do we involve in any of those? No, we don't know what they do. They'll say they freeze the code, means that they won't do any more modifications. That's it. There ends the story. We don't know. We will get some kind of mail saying that okay, development is frozen, no more modifications from today. We will be giving you the developed version of your application very soon.
So that's ready for testing.
Right. That should be ready for the testing after that. So give me 1 second, I'll show you that. So if you look at this is all for the development team. We don't need to really worry about what they do in depth, but at least you should know that these are the phases that they have, and when they complete their development, they do unit testing. Whatever the testing that they do, they check the code, they check the functionality, they check everything what they developed. And all the developers, when they developed it, they all put it together and they test it also, unit testing and integration testing also. They do their own way of testing. We're not worried about that. We're not even related to that, right? And then they have a code freeze. So it means that development manager informs the next coming team. They will say that yeah, we are done with our code and we reached our time and we are ready. It's all frozen right now. We're not doing any more modifications. Then the functional readiness review, system analyst team. Okay. What do they do in the unit testing? I don't know. I never even looked at it. What they do, how they do. But they need to make sure that application is in working condition. They need to make sure that application is in working condition. Functionally.
So it means that 40 days takes until the code is freezed. So they work 40 days on that.
Maybe.
They want to.
Right, as per this example. This is as per the example we're talking about. Okay. It can be 500 days, it may be 400 days, maybe 100 days, maybe 50 days.
Depending on the
they put the schedule. They know how many days that they need to develop, how many days they need to do unit testing. So how many days they take for the code freeze, then how many days they take it for the functional readiness review. It's already schedule is there. It all comes from the project plan document. Project plan document. Let's have a look at some project schedule document. Okay, project schedule comes from your manager, basically, from the project manager. So I'm just trying to open up some sample that's there in the internet. How the like your Microsoft MS Word, Microsoft Excel, right? Microsoft PowerPoint. There's something called Microsoft Project also. Microsoft Project. So if you look at this document, let's have a look at it. Maybe not that clear. Let's see. This is not okay. Let's try something else. Microsoft project can be used for any kind of project. So we're trying to find some sample. Let's see. It's so small, I don't know why.
Guys, I would like to know the feedbacks about the training today, how we did in this 50 classes that we completed. I would like to give the mic to each one of you and tell me how you felt about the.
I remember uploading a document in our website. Let's see that we have done now. There you go, Microsoft project. So let's go there and have a look at it. Basically, that comes from your project manager. Okay, if you look at this uh, website project, some Microsoft, you know, project file, requirements gathering, duration, 50 days. Under the requirements gathering, they have analysis, acceptance test plan, and requirements approved and all that. So if you look at this, analyze online reservations. It may be the project for some website online reservations. These are the requirements basically. These are the requirements that they dated like 12 days. And the start date is this, end date is this. You see that how detailed it is? Preliminary requirement specifications 5 days. It's all question marks right now, but those are that is the planning. So planning phase, that's how you see that. Acceptance test plan. So the managers level, they write it down their own level. So they are taking maybe um, write acceptance test plans first. So write acceptance test plans, draft acceptance test plan, review. See, once you have the requirements ready, your acceptance test plan by your manager. Okay, so they will write it down and then see the design. Design is 55 days. Okay, total. So it's a adding of all this basically. Design online reservations, analyze online reservations, design online reservations, analyze query processes, design query. So this is a design time basically. Okay, so that's about 10 days or so. They're writing down all that, and then detailed design. There's the next elaboration phase where they do even more detailed design of that requirements at the system level, at the coding level, and then literally code and test as 35 days and develop the code. So this is the schedule. If you get this kind of schedule document, you will definitely know what's going on at any given time. Okay, so even for if you go down a little bit in this document, if you find this original document, it will have all the testing timing also, code and unit test. They kept it together, which is unit testing done by the developers. Basically, we discussed about that. Now that's what it is. So once you get this kind of documents, it's easy for you to understand what is your project schedule, what requirements are finalized. You see that project document tells you, and also your test plan document tells you what all the requirements that are finalized as per the discussion that we had yesterday. When you have a high level requirements, your test manager should prepare your test plan document at the high level, so that you will have an idea of what is that they are going to develop, what features are there they are going to develop, how much time that they are spending on that, and who is working on this. This is here, who is working on each of those requirements and budgeting for that. So it's for the project manager. It comes from the project manager. So do we look at this project plan documents 100%? We need to know that. We need to look at it. When you join these companies, if you ask, do you have any project schedule document or project plan document? If you ask questions like that, That's going to make them feel like you know the stuff what you're looking for. You have a project plan document, a test plan document. Is there any test plan? Comprehensive test plan, master test plan. The test plans there are two. One is the master test plan written by your test manager, right? Other one is the test plan written by you per the requirement enhancements that they are doing, right? When you are assigned for one module, you should be writing your own test plan document too, based on the template that you have. Do we need to write it? Yes, you need to write it. I can show you. There's a lady. She joined recently. I have the audio also recorded for her discussion. She said. Uh, she said we don't have a test manager. I'm alone. We have a project manager, and there is no test manager. There is no testing team. It's only me. So in that case, only option that you have is there is no test manager. Then what do? You have to write everything. But you will not be writing on your own. There will be some template at least. If they don't have template, you can pull one from our website and you can follow that. But they may not like it. Basically, they will have their own template. Every company have their own templates. Okay, unless the company is starting their QA testing team at that time, right? If they already have a teams, already have a project going on, they will have some template somewhere. Okay, so this is the schedule document. Just briefly tells you that very clearly. When is it starting? When is it ending? Who is the resources? So how many work hours? And all the information you basically. This is all coming from the project Microsoft project document, like your MS Word. You can buy Microsoft Project. See this here? Seems like it looks like MS Word. Many options, right? The purpose is different. Okay, so we don't write these. It will be done by your test managers or the project. This one will be done by definitely project manager. But the point is, he won't put these hours just like that. He will take the inputs from the team, development team, testing team, all the requirements team. They will take the inputs and they put it together. This will be in the starting stages of your enhancements or development of that project. Okay, so once you decided, okay, we have a new requirement coming up that we need to develop, so all the teams, all hands together, there will be some kickoff meeting. Okay, let's sit together and finalize the requirements, finalize who is going to work on what, right? Finalize the number of hours that we need, estimations, right? So development manager says, okay, I cannot give you anything right now. I need to talk to my team how much time that they need. Let them look at the requirement. Vaguely. It's not like 100% accurate schedule. Okay, schedule will be given. It's a living document. Again, it can change. But we try to complete it within the time frame that they have given, right? So that's a project plan document. So your unit testing, all this will have a schedule. Everything has a schedule. Okay, and what happens is once it is done, when they are doing the development, we have to focus on our testing side, what we need to do, how we need to do, what are the documents, like test plan document that we discussed about. That's very important document that any manager should write. But most of the test plan documents, all you see is the schedule. Test plan planning your testing activities, right? So they will try to put it as simple as possible, because managers are lazy always. But basically, if they have a good manager, they'll write very good document where you can easily understand what's going on, what is the test methodology, what is the approach that they are following, strategy, what is the strategy that we are going to follow to test application, right? uh, what does the strategy means? Test plan tells you what to do. Test plan tells you what to do. Strategy approach is how to do. How to do this. Okay, I need to go to Alaska. Okay, that's the plan. Okay, how many days? 10 days, 5 days, whatever that is, right? 5 days we are going to go to the Canada. How we are going to go? What is the plan? Where do we meet? Right? So it's always like, where do we gather the requirements? Who is going to explain us? Do we have any strategy for that? Are there any negatives? Let's say that do we have a knowledge for the testers? Testers, do they have a knowledge of the application or not? If not, what do we do? How do they get the knowledge transfer? Right? So how we are going to test this application will tell you about your approach or strategy. Both of them are same. Approach, test method, methodology, method that you're following, strategy that you're following to complete that total planned activity. Okay, strategy tells you how to do that. Methodology, method, test approach tells you how to do. Okay. Test approach is tough to write it. People don't write it because I don't know why they don't write it. You'll have a test plan for sure. 100% you'll have a master test plan.
So master test plan is written by
Managers always. You can always straight say that. Well, I wrote my test plans, but I have a master test plan that comes from my manager. Okay, always managers will write it. Even I mean, most of the times you won't write it, but you should tell them that yes, I wrote my test plan for my module. I wrote my test plan because they need today's world. They need somebody who can do the whole thing. If you say I never wrote test plan, okay, she comes and she says, yeah, I wrote the test plan. So that's the problem. There's nothing. You saw the test plan. You're going to see the test plan document. It's not going to have a super genius thing. You'll have an objective of what that release is. We are planning to release a module which is like e-prescribing. That is the module that we're going to add. That is the objective. Comes from your requirement document. Your requirement document should tell you, right? And also resources, who is working on what. You can identify, you can talk to the people. It's me first to start with on the testing, developer, and then configuration manager or the DBA or something. You put all the things together, right? The requirements to be tested. Requirements to be tested. We should know because we went for the walkthroughs, right? Then only we write our own test plan, right? Without going through the walkthroughs, normally we don't write test plan. You never know that they can ask you, write test plan. Look at these documents and you write the test plan for this. That's how the company is. You can't help it. But we need to have a look at it, how the test plan looks like. Is it too complicated? Or most of 99% of the information comes from the documents that we have, or the walkthroughs that we have. We cannot write anything on our own. There's nothing that we know. Everything comes from the requirement document only. You put it together. That's all it is. So let's have a look at the so basically when we are understanding when they're developing the application or testing team, they should start focusing on something, right? It's kind of test plan should be written, okay, by your manager. If it is a master test plan, if master test plan is not there, still fine. Master test plan is going to do what? It's going to have all the people working, schedules, requirements, high level things basically, right? What tools that they're using, what technologies that you're using. It may not be there. And then definitely you have to write your own plan for your activity of next 3 months or 4 months, whatever the plan that you have. So in the test plan document, objective, obviously we need to know what we are doing for the next 3 months. See, these things, don't think that these are like new words, okay? These are simple words, daily life that you use. What is the objective? What is the objective of this? What is the objective of this vacation? Well, kids have the spring break. That's the main objective. And what do we do in the spring break? Okay, let's do vacation. So it's simple objective that you write down of that project, a 3 months project or 4 months project. Any of the words that you learn, you try to adopt that simple way. Don't make it as, oh man, this is something. You don't want to just make, your conversation should be simple when you talk. Okay, so untechnical enough. This is technical. Objective is technical enough. Test plan is technical enough. We'll talk about that. I'll come to that. Okay, so basically, test plan document will have objective, right? And then the next one is scope. Scope can change. 10 requirements that they planned. That's what the system requirement document is, which is approved. But these 10 of them are approved, 10 requirements are approved. PayPal payment, Visa card payment, shopping cart payment, everything is approved. Okay, you put it down there as is. You copy paste it from there to here. That's the scope of the scope is how much that you're going to develop within the requirements that you planned, right? You have a requirements plan. Are we going to develop all of them or only some of them? Okay, all of them, put it down. Scope is this is the scope of this project. We have the plans of so much, but we are going to do only this much because they change a lot of things. Okay, that is the reason agile methodology. If you go to the next type of methodology, which is right now the one that we're discussing is the very waterfall traditional methodology, very old, which has been there, which has been successful for big projects. When you have enhancements, most of the times the projects that you see, all of them are enhancing. That cannot be too big. It can be like only 2 months, 3 months, 4 months projects and keep on moving, right? For that they said agile methodology is better. I'm going to discuss that today. What the agile methodology is briefly, then you will get an idea. Okay, so for that you don't write any test plan. You don't write, not even you don't even write any test plan. Less documentation in agile methodology. The traditional methodology you have to write, because traditional methodology is 45 days, 50 days, 60 days, 90 days, the phases. Agile methodology is only 15 days. Anything that you do in 15 days, we need the deliverable. In 15 days, you need to deliver something. So you plan something like that. In 15 days, can they develop it? Yes, they can develop it. Just put it down. Only this page should be done in 15 days. So there's no point of writing the test plans for that. Maybe you can write individual case. How do I test that page? You see that anything, it cannot be more than 15 days. Agile methodology is 15 days max. That's how the rule is. In that, the whole purpose of having that methodology is that you construct smaller iterations, smaller cycles in the development phase. This let's say 3 months, 3 months of development. Traditional method, let's say 3 months. We don't know what they do for 2, 3 months development, right? They take a long time. Out of 4 months, they take like 2.5 months of development, right? We have no idea what they do. Agile methodology, 15 days. And you need to work with the developer like this every day. Every day. Oh, what did you do yesterday? Oh, I developed this, first name field, last name field, date of birth. Oh, that's all? Yeah, that's all I did. Can I test it? Only those 3 fields. You test it today. Oh, yeah, it's ready. You can test it. Right? By Friday, you have to show clearly what you developed, what you tested. You should speak every day. You stand up and say that, oh, I did this yesterday. Today my plan is this. Tomorrow plan is this. That's very kind of micromanaging, right? So traditional methodology, I don't know what happens for 2.5 months. God only knows. And suddenly after 2.5 months, development team can come back and say we need 1 more month. It's all surprising for the management. So agile methodology is good for the management point of view. They know every day, even if it postpones one day, they know that everyday basis. Not in the traditional methodology. That's a major difference. Less documentation in the agile methodology, good documentation in the traditional methodology, which we've been following like 40, 50 years. Agile is like small, this new. Every company is following that these days. Nothing special. If you look at it, whatever that you do, you have a schedule, the scope of 15 days. 15 days you have to deliver this, and you work like morning to evening. Okay, so for that I saw that we don't write much of test plans on that. We write cases, individual cases. In these 15 days, what do we do? But project schedule will be there. Project schedule will be there. First 15 days, second 15 days, third 15 days, what do we do and all that, it's all there already. Okay, so we'll talk about that a little bit. Okay, scope is how much that we are going to develop. There may be so much written, but we are going to do only this much. This is the only thing approved. You're trying to write down precisely. Resources. Who is working on what? No big deal. It's only maximum you and your developer and your system analyst. And if you want the database information, this is the database guy. Developer, tester, designer, system analyst, right? Database guy. You need to put everything together. Let's say she is the one who started working and she left the company, she joined. So she can look at the test plan document. It says very clearly, oh, these are the people working, and contact information of those people. Okay, and features to be tested, not to be tested. Well, that tells you again the scope. This feature, we have the PayPal, so what is the online payment account, online payment process, but we are going to work only with the Visa card, not the MasterCard. We are not developing the MasterCard, not to be tested. You don't need to worry about that. It may be there, MasterCard, but it doesn't work. Don't test it. Okay, so test deliverables. What do we deliver from testing team? Test plan, test cases, bug report, right? What do we deliver? Maximum you write some. See, as a tester, what do we do? Test plan, test cases, individual cases to test your application, bugs that we found, report of that, right? Bug report. And then final one is test evaluation summary. Test evaluation summary. Summary of what you did out of all these 40 days, 30 days of testing. So very simple. Testers, what we see? Test plan document, comes from somewhere. Test cases comes from your system requirement document. Bugs, when you start testing the application, you find the bugs and report of that, no big deal. Right? And then finally, okay, I'm done. This many requirements, these many bugs that I found, these are all the outstanding bugs, and everything is working condition, not working condition. You write it down, whatever that you feel. And for all these documents, they have their own templates. They have to have their own templates. If not, you use your own thing, something that you find on our website or some other website. Doesn't matter. Normally, they maintain their own. And test drop report. Okay, when they are dropping this build, it means when they are done with the development, when everything is ready, they are going to drop that application, same development application server for the testers also. They create the same environment. So when they are creating the same environment for you, environment of the developers, right? Who does all this? It will be done by your configuration management team. We're going to discuss that in a minute about the configuration management team. Okay. So when they are dropping the build for you, when they are giving the build for you, when they are giving the server for you, when they are giving you the all the code that they developed to test, they have to give you some report. Okay. In your server, these are the features that we developed so far. These are the requirements that we developed so far. That's what they need to give. Okay, nothing special. Small report given by your configuration management team saying that we are giving you server test server ready for you guys. You can use that, but in that these are the only things available. We developed all this. Some of them are not working. That's fine because they did unit testing, right? But they don't have time to fix it. They'll say, okay, we tested it. These are the features not working still. Okay, no problem. We are clear on that. We don't need to go back and test it again, right? So entry criteria. Entry criteria for every phase of your testing. What does that mean? Entry for start testing. Imagine I want to test the application. What is that I need? I need test plan. I need test cases ready. I need walkthroughs done. I need FRR, functional readiness review done. And build draft report done. All these things are there or not. Entry criteria before entering into something. Before entering into something. It may be some testing. It may be functional testing. It may be in-depth testing. It may be integration testing. It may be entire system testing. It may be UAT testing. Before getting into any type of testing, what is that entry that you need? Before entry, what are the things that you need? Right? So your walkthrough should be done, test plan should be there, test cases should be there, and the build draft should be report should be there, because I will understand that by looking at it, what all the features that are developed. Build draft. Build means server, basically, nothing special. Your build is ready, your server is ready, same thing. Okay. And exit criteria. After the testing done, after the testing of whatever that's planned is done, when you're done, what do you look for? Well, everything should be in working condition. Criteria for that. Criteria when you're exiting, everything should be in working condition. Right? Everything should be in working condition. Make sure that there are no high priority, high severity bugs. Right? When you're exiting, I don't want to see any major bugs. That's the criteria. This is all written by your test manager, remember. It's all written by your test manager. Or you. Those are all generic, basically. For entry of testing, what do you need? I need walkthroughs, I need test cases, I need test plan document, I need a build draft report, I need the functional readiness review, and the entire build should be ready. That may be very generic, right? We are not going to, it's not going to change. Every company will have the same kind of things. Exit criteria, same thing. Before exiting, well, I need to make sure everything should be in working condition. All the requirements should be tested. All the test cases should be executed, right? All the requirements should be tested out when you're exiting. You're done with the testing. Then what do you look for? You man, oh, everything is done. Yeah, I tested everything. All the requirements are done, right? All the test cases executed. We have 10 outstanding bugs, right? So you need to make sure that those bugs can be there. Criteria when you're writing it, you say there cannot be any bugs. There cannot be high severity, high priority bugs. There are, and what is that? Those are the major, and all the requirements should have been tested. All the test case should have been executed, right? So those are the basic statements that you see, very generally. Risks and assumptions. What do you think? Risks and assumptions. Lack of knowledge sometimes, right? There may be testers just joined, right? You write it down. If you are writing this test plan, not your manager. Even if your manager writing it, okay, we have a new tester coming in. The tester may have a lack of knowledge of the product, so we need the knowledge transfer. That's the risk at this point. and she may be going on some kind of leave for vacation or her brother's marriage in India on this time. So we need some resource there, planning, right? This is all we're talking about, all planning. So she may be going on some maternity leave or something, right? Or maybe there is no test data so far. We don't know what data to use. We need some social security number to verify the credit report. We don't have that information. So test manager knows at the high level. When it comes to you, you will definitely know what are the risks. Because you go for the walkthrough, they will be explaining all this. Then you get a question, what social security number that we are going to use to test it? Dummy one is not going to work. We need the real one for this. At this point, we don't know. Okay, we don't know. That's the risk that you have. I don't know. I need help on this. Okay, whatever that you've gone through, so that's what it is. And then the test cases. So this is the test plan document. Okay, we're going to look at the test plan document. Before that, we need to look at the requirements document, at least one requirement document, right? We haven't looked at any requirement document at all so far. We looked at the applications directly, we looked at the features directly, but not the requirement document. So if you look at software testing requirements documents for you, right? So you go there. There are a lot of these. Salesforce application. Salesforce is also a CRM application. Salesforce.com. Yesterday you guys looked at Sugar CRM, right? Same like that, you can go to salesforce.com directly. You can do the registration also. And I request you guys not to miss the classes. These classes are very important for you. If you miss one class, you're gone case. You lose the interest, you don't even come to the classes. Waste of your time and money, and career is gone. You'll be going back to your thing. One class you miss, you're done. Because everything is new, right? Every word is new for you. If you're watching video, it's okay. That's a different story. But when you're in the class, this energy is entirely different. The class is entirely different. You like the classes. You decided to continue this thing. So you better to be focused on this. At least only for like 2 months. Third month onwards, there may be so many things that he's teaching, and it may be going in, it may not be going in, but you may know 10%, 20%. It's okay. But at least starting class, you don't want to miss. Okay. All right. So try for free. See this here, Salesforce. What is this saying here? Connect to your customers. What is this icon? What do you think?
Cloud.
It's a cloud again. So it was Salesforce.com. It's a CRM. Same as the one that we looked at yesterday. Leads, opportunities, all this. Customer relationship management. Right? Remember that. Customers, relationship management. How do you manage your relations with your customers for any aspect? Okay. You can customize these applications. Customize means you can modify as per your need. Okay. So same thing, same like that. There are at least 500 companies who developed these softwares. You want to see that? Let's have a look at it. There's a website called, we'll go back to the CRM and requirements document soon, okay? So Capterra.com, Capterra, Capterra, Capterra.com. So this website has all the softwares in the world that are for specific to the specific needs. So if you go here, find the right software for your organization, right? This company has all search criteria for all of them. So see this here, software categories. If you click on this, now what is that we're looking for? CRM, right? So these are all the softwares, different categories. So customers relationship management. There you go. Right? If you go there, see how many companies. See this here. See how small this is. This little icon here. This thing. So that many companies developed the CRM. Okay. So all this. See this. These are all those. So the point is, when you learn this is the first one, Salesforce, they pay the money, so that's why they do that. It's very famous. It's been there a long time. So if you look at this, all of these softwares has different features, right? See the features here. So if you select this, it's going to refresh those kind of companies. Okay. So, but end of the day, if you learn one application, it's the same for other applications. Nobody knows except you. You talk, they listen to you. right? So you can keep Pipedrive or Sugar CRM or Salesforce.com, but explanation is same. Your explanation that you're practicing from that website. Yesterday we discussed about the documentation, right? So it's the same. You say I work with the Pipedrive, it's a CRM application. Explanation is same. EHR, electronic health records, right? So you will have like 500 companies again. So you don't need to worry about what project to list out. It doesn't matter. Just list out any project. It may be career HR, it may be BTR HR, it may be something else. It doesn't matter, right? So when it comes to background checks, I told you guys we'll take care of that part. Don't even ask me a question on that. Don't even worry. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I'm trying to verify.
Okay. So anyway, so basically this is all EHR, right? So electronic health records, right? So you see this here, EHR somewhere, electronic medical records is good enough, right? So there may be EHR also. It's same thing, EHR, EMR. So there you go. So how many? See this here? Still loading. That many companies, develops. If you search for, see this here, career HR is somewhere here. Yeah, somewhere. There you go. Like that, God only knows. That many companies develop that many companies software develop the softwares, and that many companies have the testers. Every software has the tester. Period. Okay. So it's all up to you what you want to keep in your resume. Okay. Explanation is same. You may be fresher. Explanation is same. Instead of keeping career, keep something else. I learned this in the training. That's all we did. Because there's a problem. There was a 10 positions that we had last week. We asked people to submit the resumes. Everybody kept career. They rejected all of them straight. You got to be smart a little bit. Okay. So anyway, I've been telling the people. This is how I tell the people. Don't keep the same name. The reason that I'm explaining is this: you need a company name, product name, Salesforce.com, SugarCRM.com, some other.com. Doesn't matter, right? So you don't want to be. I know that Krishna said in the class, carry on. That's what he said. Everybody's going to keep the same. Let me go here. See some carry on, EHR. It doesn't matter. Some EHR. You see director MD EHR. Who cares? Who cares? Functionality same. It can be even Sunner videos, right? Remember the Sunner physicians video that I showed you guys yesterday? It can be same. You can mix all of it and say one product. Mix Sunner functionality, mix career functionality, right? And say that all those features are under whatever that doc 2MD. Nobody knows. Nobody knows unless you go to the same company. Can we go to the same company? No, you don't want to get the same company. Yeah, right. So try to be smart. Try to go through this. You'll take like 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. You see here like this. Which company is better? ECMR, eDoc Health, eHealth, EHR, Empower Inpatient. Oh, Empower Systems. Okay, it looks nice. Okay, Empower Systems. Project is, what is that? Empower Inpatient. Functionality is same. The explanation that you were doing, that you learned, is the same story. Same thing, Salesforce. That's the right way of doing it. No, I want to keep career HR only, no problem. Do it. When you both go to the same interview, say, yeah, we were colleagues. I got laid off, she got laid off too. So we both got laid off at the same time. So people get scared of keeping the projects, what project to keep. Even after the training is done, I don't know what project. Well, you don't need to think like that. I don't want you to be like that kind of person. You know the functionality, looked at the videos, you wrote it down, you planned for 5 minutes of explanation already in the class, right? And then you have the project names, you have the company names. Background check, I told you guys. You don't need to really worry about it. Once you decided what to keep in your resume, we'll take care of that part. You don't need to even worry about it. Okay, just call the main number. This is the project that I kept from this date to this date, this date to this date. I have an interview tomorrow. This is I'm done with the interview. These are the things that I kept. If somebody calls, I'm going to give you a number. Give me the number. What numbers that I need to keep? What company names that you need to keep? We give those dates only, company names and stuff, only when you have a background check done. Background check needed. Until then, we don't give, because we don't know what companies that you're going into. Okay, you need to tell us. You tell them that same. Okay, I worked with Empower Systems. That's fine. Okay. When they try to say, I'm going to call Empowered Systems, you can always say, no, I didn't work with Empowered Systems directly. I'm a contractor there. Okay. My employer is so and so. I'm going to give you all that information in the email. I'm going to send you all that information in the email. I don't remember all the phone numbers and emails. Okay. I'll send you all that information so that you can do the background check. Then you call us. You understand that or no? I'm not going to repeat this again. When you keep the project in your resume, keep it as is. Okay, go to the interview, face the interview. When they say we are going to do background check, send us the information. Then we say yes. Even when you are in the interview, they ask what is your manager phone number. I don't have that. I'll get you that. I'll send an email. Give some name, Mike or David or something. It doesn't matter. Okay. Well, David, what's the last name? I forgot. I remember. It's okay. They are not going to go that deep. Remember. Okay, that's what your mindset is. Interview mindset is not, oh, who's your manager? Oh, my friend works there. Who's your manager? That's what he can make. If I'm in the interview right now, I can say, oh, where did you work? You work in the Empower system. Oh, my friend is working there. Who's your manager? Mike? It doesn't matter. That his friend is working, his friend's uncle is working. I don't care. Who's your friend? Who's your manager? Manager is me, Mike or David. Simple. Keep three names. Keep three names with you. It doesn't matter. Any friend's name is also Kumar. It's fine. It doesn't matter. But the way that you deliver, you don't need to get scared of these things. Oh, I know them. I work there in Empowered Systems. Who is the manager? Mike. Mike, which Mike? Mike, I forgot his name, last name. You remember that too? Something. Hankins. Mike Hankins. Oh, he was not there. Yeah, maybe. Now he's the manager. You don't need to worry about it. You think just because you worked in the company, they know every manager? I worked in Deltec, Deltec.com. We were like 150 people when we started. 150 and 60 people, total team. Now we have 2,000 members. When we were 150 people, I have no idea what is the next cube guy does. Nobody have time for that. Nobody cares. Companies are like that. We don't go on what do you do, what do you manage. All you know is your manager, your system analyst, your DBA, and your lead. That's it. There ends the story. I never saw my DBA in my 15 years of my Deltec time that I worked there. I know his name. I sent an email. Man, can you do this for me? Yeah, I'll do that for you. And he was in Australia basically. Okay, so it's all up to you how you want to put it. That is only when you decided to keep some experience. If you don't want to keep experience, that's okay. If you are trying as a fresher, it's okay. We learned everything here, right? In the Krishna Day. That's how you're going to say. So your projects goes as is as the company name, as like Empower Inpatient Empower Systems, eMedrec. So there are a lot of systems, a lot of them. See this here. That's why US have that many opportunities for IT. Everybody wants to start their own software. If you get a small idea, you want to start it. Oh, I'm better than your software. Why? These are the features. Why is that we don't have that in India? We don't do it. We are service based country. We service. Please give me work. And we never innovate anything. We don't. Even you make $100 billion, Infosys makes $100 billion. $50 billion are there in their account, sitting down. They don't invent anything. They don't want to put the money on the R&D. They'll say that we have R&D, but where is the product? You have R&D, where? Not even one product comes out. But here, even if I have an idea, I did that recently. What is this one here? I looked at one product. I felt it's really cool. And then I wanted to do, it's called, I spent almost $50,000 on this. Okay. Property360.com. This is the one. Right. And then again, not coming. What is it saying? Sell your house listings faster than ever before. Right. So it's basically a product that I'll show you guys in a minute. So this is the drone video, drones, right? So the helicopter, small helicopters that we take the video, and then we go all the way. I did this by myself, and I was learning it at the time. So I want to show my team that these are the things that we can do. So when it comes to the the surroundings people can see. This is not a big deal, but if you go to any house that you're buying in the market, right, you'll see only photographs basically. Go next and all that. But this one is expensive, right? Obviously, some guy is going taking the videos and all that. But this is not the main. This is 1% of it. Uh, Let it come up. I think it's going to take a long time or something. Let me see. Is there any video they did recently? Let me see. So that's the reason this country has a lot of the softwares, and you can make use of those. See? Yeah. Maybe I'll show you guys what exactly this is. Okay. Anyway, so let's go back to this discussion here, the product discussion. Okay. So your resume, your project explanation is all up to you what you want to keep. And if you have a time, like the same way that you did your EHR, you can go to their product itself. Just learn the functional features. All you can explain is all the features only. You may not have an access for their the product, but carry your EHR, you have it. Okay, so where is their website? Global health. They may not be even there. They started, they close it. That's the problem, right? Okay. So, but try to understand what I'm trying to explain. So, if you look at this Captera.com, this product, this website, you go to, you don't need to sound exactly like her, because career HR, keep something else. That's better for you.
Duration of the project, can we put that we work on this project for 6 months?
You can keep it.
Okay.
Depends on what you're trying to list out in your resume. If you want to list out it as only like fresher, you don't need to keep 6 months or 8 months or 1 year. Okay, you keep like whatever the project that we did, 6 months of training, 4 months of training that we did. That's how you explain.
And the location of the project, what if the company is located?
You need to look at it doesn't matter. You can say here, we have a branch here. We have a satellite office here. Okay, so you can do that. Or you can look at their website, then say that you worked in the same location. No? What do you think?
As long as you can verify.
Yeah, I told you what the verification is. Verification is all about giving your employer, not the client, employer, giving the employer information basically. Okay, so okay. So let's go back to the discussion that what we have requirements documents, salesforce.com, right? Salesforce.com here. You can go to this and you can do the free trial. They have the same kind, accounts, leads, opportunities, same story. And if it is me, I definitely keep salesforce.com than sugarcrm.com. Why? Salesforce.com is very famous. Very famous. And you can give this to, you can say you worked with the salesforce.com directly, or you implemented, you customized your salesforce.com in John Hopkins or Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac or SSA, right? You can do that. You implemented, you customized the same features what they have, plus extra features that we implemented according to our the application needs.
But they might ask through which company you.
Right, some other company. That's what I said. We are going to give that when you're done with the interview. If we give that before the interview, they know that those once you tell me I'm going through the SSA background check, right? Then we know what companies to give. If you don't tell us, we are going to give wrong, and then you will get caught. You don't want to do all that. So that is the reason that you need to make sure that you're done with the interview. In the interview, just politely tell them, I can send you all the information, the email. I don't have all the information with me. I can give you my employer email ID, company name, address, and the phone number that you need to reach. They'll be fine, absolutely fine. Remember your manager name, at least manager names for the project. Three names. No, it doesn't matter who the manager is. No, all of you give same Krishna name. Who is this Krishna guy, playing this many manager roles in the world, right? So it doesn't work that way. So we will give the separate names. It's very nice names that you get, very clear, and they will take care of those, all the background checks. Even the person walks in, it's not just name. This employee, we want to go and sit down and talk to the company. They will come in, and we support that too. You don't need to worry about that. Depends on the level of background check that they're going to do. Okay. So anyway, so try to keep these project names, right? Try to work with this CRM also. This one is also fine. Trial for free and watch demos. Same thing. Functionality, right? They may have a better videos. Maybe you can log in with this. Save time. How is this working, guys? I'm logging into salesforce.com. They're asking you can log in with Google or Facebook. How? How do they do it? Web services. That's the only option. There you go. Watching your videos. There you go. See this? How many that you have? If you go to YouTube, you get a million of those. Because Salesforce is very famous, right? So a lot of people have their videos, implemented it, all that. So one thing that I want you to, figure it out is keeping the project should be simple for you in the resume. It's not like you get scared of what project that I keep. I don't know. No, I don't want you to sound like that. I showed you guys what the project is, how the projects work, how much that you can explain. Yesterday we had a discussion. Not half an hour, not 30 minutes, not 15 minutes, not 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You cannot explain 10 minutes and people will be listening to you on the project. No, they don't do it. But 5 minutes of this, 5 minutes of our methodology as a tester, what you did and all that, they will listen to you like that. 10 minutes is normal. That's for the first question. Once you practice these things, whatever that we're discussing right now, and that explanation can answer at least 15 questions of your interview questions. Okay, so anyway, we're going to come back to that. We're going to discuss about that, how to use that explanation for the different questions. Okay, anyway, so now let's move on to the requirement document that we are going to trying to look at. Okay, so Salesforce application specification. So let's see what they have here. I don't know, maybe done by somebody else. Software requirement specification, salesforce.com. People who prepared it. And what is that they have in this? I think they cut down the smaller version of it. So these people, 11, 17, 13, 131st, 14. So it's almost like 2 months, maybe 1.5 month. No, 2.5 months time that they took to write this document, basically. Okay, final revision, first revision, and all that. So version, they started off with this 0.2, version 1, just to maintain the versions. Okay, so what is that they have? This is the requirements for accounts module, user interface fields, accounts, contacts, user interface fields, contacts, related lists, use cases, use case, account creation use case, edit account, delete account, create contact, edit contact, delete contact, use cases. How do you do the creation of account? How do you do the edit of account? So what is that they need? It's a requirement document, remember. Okay, so they may be writing down how to do, what to do, and all that. So since a scope, in scope, this is not a test plan, remember. This is a requirement document. This is system requirements document, system analyst document, system requirements document. Okay, and then they are writing down scope. They have to write too, right? Don't they need to write what is the scope of their requirements? They have to write it. So the following modules will be under the scope for this phase of the release. These are the only two modules that we're going to work on: accounts and contacts. Out of scope. These are all out of scope. There are so many things that we have in our application. We are not touching those. Okay? Because it's enhancement. Remember, these are the enhancements made for the accounts module. So they are telling you very clearly, don't need to worry about the other modules. Then I know, okay, she, both of you will have a work on next 3 months. Those three people, not much of work, but they will be continuing their own way. Requirements information. Requirements below gives an overview of user interface and functional requirements of the Salesforce.com CRM application that are going to be implemented in phase 1. The requirements are mentioned in the tabular format and also as use cases. See that how clear they are. They are very clear on what they want to do. Okay. So here, accounts module, requirements description, functional requirements. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what it is. I'm thinking FR means functional requirements. Okay. The accounts home page should have a new button for the creation of accounts. Well, now you need to assume if you don't have a mock-up. If you have a mock-up, you can find out. If you don't have mock-up, okay, accounts home page should have a new button. Okay, no problem. It's important. The home page should contain 3 sections: recent accounts and reports. Okay, there should be 3 sections: recent accounts and reports. What is the third one? I don't know. That's missing. You write it down. When you go for the walkthrough, you ask these people, man, what is this? Right? And then an icon of a book should be present for account. An icon of a book should be present for an account. I don't know. I'm thinking there should be an icon for sure, book account. That's how your mindset is supposed to be. Because we don't know. If they have a good screenshots, you'll be lucky. No screenshots. They don't have any screenshots yet. So you're not that lucky. So you may, so this, since it's an enhancement application, you may have application already, but not with these buttons and stuff. Okay. So what is the third one? When the new account button is clicked, it should take to the next page. It should to the next page. What is the next page? Is it new account page? We click on new account. Yeah, maybe. The account creation page should have buttons. It should say, actually they should write it as, when you click on the new account button, system should take the user to the next page. The page should be a new account creation page. They should be clear when they're writing it, but they are not. They don't care. That's how they write it. They have their own mindset when they are writing it. They want to complete their functionality, right? So they don't care about the other people. They care about, oh, can I understand what I'm writing? The account page should have a button save, new and cancel at the top of the page. Okay. The account creation page should have a button save, new and cancel. Why? 2 times? You said high and medium too. Well, you have the same questions like this when you go for the walkthrough. Why did you write 2 times? There may be something else we don't know. He's talking about a new, see this here, account creation page. Account creation page should have button save. Maybe by mistake.
Oh, at the top and bottom.
Hmm?
That's top and that's
There you
bottom.
go. Top and bottom. Very clear, right? So, I mean, those are the things that we miss out. So, if you are keen to the things, it'll make your life easy. That's all it is. An account can be created using save new buttons. Save. Account can be created using save or save new buttons. I don't know. See how they write it. This is the pain that we go through when they write the. I don't know. That's what we ask them when you go for the walkthrough. When what is that you're trying to say here, man? I don't understand why you're writing it. They will have explanation for sure. Save or save. It's the same words though. Lowercase, uppercase, or something. He says, yeah, by mistake. Okay, so clicking on cancel button will bring the user back into the account's home page. Okay. The account creation page should have account information and additional information sections, etc. What is that, etc. means? I don't know. It's like vague. They're not clear. Some of them are really good. Some requirements they write it really good. They don't take things easy. So this is what it is. This is the requirement. This is what the requirement is. Anybody will understand that, but there may be some confusion basically. There may be misunderstanding of what they wrote and miscommunication basically. Okay, so user interface fields accounts. What is that? Account information section, column, first column, field name, field type, editable, default value. So on the page, right, account creation page, there should be account name, it should be text box, it should be editable, type, drop down, website, text box, description, yes. So we are expecting, okay, page, all these fields with this. That's what we need to check. Today they wrote it down, drop down. Tomorrow they can change without you even telling you. They felt our drop down is not good for this. Okay, but you should inform us. Developer says, no, 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 it's okay, take it easy. We work on that. So these are the miscommunications always. Because small things change, they cannot document everything. Okay, then you go and write a bug. Type field is a drop down field as per the requirement document, but in the application it's showing it as a text field. Okay, you assign it to the developer. Developer says, yeah, we changed it, close the defect. No problem. You identified it first thing. Your goal is identification, identifying the problem, right? If they say it's not true, okay, no problem. Then this is what I understood. Let me know why it's not wrong. You are saying something wrong. Okay, then the developer says, no, no, it's not the problem at all. Oh, I understand. Then why it's not a problem? Well, as per my document, this is what I'm looking at. This is the voice that you need. This is the personality that you need. You got to be strong on what you're looking at, reading it, and go and talk to the person. That's what they look for when you go to the interview. I can show you one video. Her name is Chandra. She's from Germantown. She went for the interview. I mean, classes were going on. Classes were going on. She's working as a team lead right now. Okay, classes were going on. She went for the interview, and she won't come to the classes normally. You don't care. She's like 50 age or something. She don't care me. Even if I force her, come on, Chandra, go on, explain. Krishna, it's okay. I'll explain later on. Take it easy on me, please. This is how the personality she is. And she suddenly got some, she saw something somewhere because she does what is that? Some daycare something in a Montessori daycare. They have some small software to keep track of the people. They have 250, 300 kids or something, big one. They have a software, and the requirement was the job was for that kind of software, same kind of software for kids and schools and stuff. I think it is. She applied, saying that she have a 4 years of experience or something, with the domain knowledge of what she was working as, and then I moved into software. I took the training, I got the job in 4 years that I'm working. Whatever the answers that she gave, she came to the classes, right? Oh, I had an interview today, everything is good, and they said they're going to give me a job. Okay, that's good, right? So that's a good feeling. We started asking questions, right? I'm the one who started asking, okay, what happened? How did it went on? Oh, they asked me this question. I know that she know only 10% of what we teach here because she won't come to the classes properly, right? So that's what my mindset is. But she could able to answer all the questions. All of them are wrong. Most of people, students were there in the class. They were laughing. Everybody's laughing. How can you give that answer like that? She said, no, no, no. He didn't say anything. He's fine. He's fine. We're like trying to understand. We have the full video of that. We are all laughing. How can you give something like that? She said we have 4 years of experience, and she asked for only 45K. How can you ask 45K? No, Krishna, you don't know. They are desperate. I know they are desperate, but why do you ask 4 years of experience 45K? She asked for 45K only, and she got the job. We were all trying to understand. What is that? She said that too. It's because of my salary. You don't know, Krishna. These people are like, it's a small company, and I don't think they pay 70K. Okay, but still, don't you think they feel like negative about you? I mean, that's what my mindset, right? She said, why do they think negative? I don't have a job, man. I'm desperate. Okay, maybe her point of view, it's right. But all the technical questions that they're asking, she's not right. I have that discussion also. Huh? No, no, I'll tell you why. What happened?
Experience and after 2 years or so of working, then she can go for a job where
Possible. That's her mindset. But how come she got the job is the question. If you have a 2 years, that's okay. But when you ask these questions, right? And one thing that is true, the way that she's talking, anybody will give her a job.
Confidence.
High confidence, high energy person in the world. Okay, I mean, like, she's crazy. That's how she talks. I even uploaded that into our website. Because see, it's not just the technicality. It's not only the technicality. There's a personality involved. They thought she can handle the team for sure. And she's the first tester. They don't have a testing team. And the interview is done by the manager, project manager. That is the reason that she got through that. And most of the interviews today's world will be like that because of the agile methodology. Okay? No, not yet. Let's see. Maybe I can connect to the other system that I have that on that system for sure. Unless they are doing some PA classes. No classes. Hmm. I'll show you guys maybe in the next class or so. Card job or hmm. So it's basically, she was talking. I mean, I saw that the major thing is that it's her confidence level. Her name is Chandra, basically. Hmm. Is it the right system that I'm searching? Let's see. So that discussion, we had that discussion in the class, and then everyone was, and she joined as a lead. Very interesting. What is this now? Anyway, I'll show you guys. Okay, so hmm, I have that somewhere for sure. This girl.
Exactly. Like what you're going to learn here. What exactly you came for? You came here to get knowledge and experience. It was the IT experience for the QA testing. Now you're going to like
That's the front end class, basically. Her name is Siri. Siri, very famous. She is a RJ, radio jockey in Virginia. She came to the classes almost 7 years back, and then same like you guys. No, nothing special. She was working in the Macy's, and then she came to here, and then she thought it's not for me, right? And then she completed the training. She's very strong. You saw that, right? How she's talking, it's like very strong when she talks. Okay, uh, and then she didn't try for the job. All her batch people got the jobs, like 7 years, right? One way or other way, you get the job. 7 years, obviously when you're trying it, you get the job. And then she was working as a realtor, radio jockey, whatnot, all kinds of stuff, right? You don't make money out of that. It's hard to make money like $80,000 in doing something else. And then she thought, okay, what am I doing this? That's what she was explaining. She came to the classes last 4 or 5 months back, and she started talking. You guys need to understand. Everybody takes the same training. One person gets the job, other person doesn't get the job. What does that mean? It means you. You are the problem, not the training. Training cannot be wrong, right? So she started saying that I did my all these things. I did my Macy's job again, went back, and I was not happy by looking at all these people. Then I thought of going back to the same testing again. She started working 2 years now, 2.5, 3 years. Okay, her name. So she came with Krishna. I want to come down. I need to let these people know that they should try. Okay, that's the only reason she came. She took 1 hour class for these people. Only the motivation, nothing else, no subject, nothing. She was talking about what she did, how she did it, what is so painful in the life. Instead of doing all the nonsense things, focus on this. Spend time on this, right? So she said, I went back to my notes that what I had that Krishna gave like 7 years back. I used the same notes again. I didn't even ask the access for the website. I felt guilty that I wanted to ask him. Let's see that I can try or not. She started trying 1 month. She got the job. 1 month, right? And then she completed the project. I think after this session, she completed her project. And she was saying, Krishna, can you find a job for me? I said, okay, it's okay. You've been working. 2 years you work. Why do I need to help you? Well, you try it out. Because a lot of jobs full time. She joined right now 90K. 90K job. I kept it in my Facebook that she, I'll show you that in a minute. So she said that I told her you should try as a lead. Your personality is not like a regular tester because I see her talking, right? And she did a Weight Watchers or something, Weight Watchers, Weight Watchers. She did that course. She wants to go there, and then she did all that. Your personality changes, the way that you talk changes, everything changes when you go to this kind of personality development courses, right? She went there, and then the way that she came to the class, I said, "You should try as a lead. Don't try for the simple thing." And she said, "Yes, I did this." And then now it's 90K job. Okay, so it's all up to you how you take it. Okay, now anyway, let's look at the requirement document. I want to show you her message at what she sent us. Give me 1 second. I'll show you that, and then we move on. Where's my recording? Did I stop it? Let's see. So if you look at this, let's see. This is the one. So that's the one of the students. And okay, so Krishna, here is some good news on the way. I did an interview today. They really liked me. Project manager said, I took out her name. Okay, did you ever consider for lead or manager position? I said no. Then he said, you can be a very good manager. You have that qualities. You have a leader qualities. Right now, we will consider you for QA assurance, quality assurance position and forward to HR for the process. Once your background check clears, eventually within a couple of months, I want you to lead a project. See this here, how just by talking. That half an hour talk that they do in the interview, that's the kind of confidence that the interviewers get on you basically. um, so I selected waiting for the offer. So thanks Krishna for the help. Okay, words which you said when I came at class was said by American guy. So thank you for seeing what I am capable of. I know what you are. Okay, Krishna just got an offer with the 92K salary, jumping from 70 to 92K within a year. That's what it is. Okay, this is like maybe I posted that maybe in a couple of March 21st, which is not even a month. Okay, so like there are a lot of people, so you need to focus on what you need to trust yourself first, and then trust the training. Okay, there will be pain that you go through when you're trying for the jobs. Remember, there's a competition too, right? Depends on what you're trying, and you have a real guys competing with you. So challenge for us is putting you up to that level is our challenge, and pushing yourself is your challenge. It's a constructive. It's not one. Training doesn't get you anything. It gets you all the way till the capabilities that you need, and then and then help that we do a little bit of on the placements and stuff. Okay, so anyway, so now let's move on to the requirement document that we're talking about, right? Salesforce document. We saw this document. Let's have a look at some other document that I like. Okay, there is a different document. It's called. You can even look at the sugar CRM requirements documents if you want to look at it. Okay, so low level requirements document order processing, which is like processing the order. If you buy if I buy something in Amazon.com, there's order processing, right? When you shipment, order, inventory, right? Cancellation of orders, all that is a big process, very big process, order management. Okay, so that's the requirements if you want to look at it. Functional order management system. So if you go to the second page, you see American Red Cross SRS documents. ARC, American Red Cross SRS documents. Let's have a look at it. Click here to download, and it's MS
All
Word.
on the website.
That's what I'm showing right now. Software testing and the requirements documents, and then second page, and then you see ARC SRS documents. Click here to download. It's a MS Word document that it opens up for you guys. It's a real document that's coming from that company. Normally, people, we cannot keep these documents in the websites. The girl, she left the company also, so it's okay. It's been a long time. Table of contents, right? Overall description, system features, right? And then clarify enhancements. System features, AFES web enhancements, clarify enhancements. There are two products integrated. Okay, one is AFES web, other one is clarify. Clarify is a case management tool. Cases, case 1, case 2, case 3, many reasons, right? So if you call a support, oh, my system is not working. Okay, case 1, let me create a case for you. That's what the case means. Okay, so for that they started 4/7/2010 5/5. So it's around a month that they took to write the requirements. Okay, maybe multiple people involved, like 5 or 6 people, and all this introduction. Try to understand this. The software requirement specification contains detailed requirements for the Armed Forces Emergency Services. Armed Forces Emergency Services, it's AFES deployment, which include application level enhancements, basically application enhancements, new features, and software fixes for priority defects resulting from the previous upgrade. We are doing the new enhancements, new features, and software fixes also. All these are resulting from the defects resulting from the previous upgrade. AFES provides automated case management data and systems in support of messaging and support cases for the members of the military and their families. What does that mean? If you are working in the military, okay, armed force, right? So if at all, let's say your sister is getting married, right? How do you inform them? They don't have cell phones. Army doesn't have cell phones. They don't even have phones. Forget about the phones, right? So only way is there should be some dispersed mechanism where they send out the messages. Okay, who does that job? Somebody, your sister should call. Let's say she's my sister and I'm in the war, right? So she's going to call ARC. She's going to call American Red Cross. She says, my brother ID is this, and I'm getting married. I need to inform this information to him, or I'm sick or something. That is the only way that you communicate with the guy. Okay, all over the world. The military forces here all over the world. They are there all over, right? So this is the only way. So they call ARC, and the ARC have a case management tool into their system integrated. That case mechanism where you can send a messages, so it will be delivered as a message to the military members. So this is the mechanism. This is the whole application. Okay, ARC is maintaining, developing that software from past 25 years. ARC people are there in the field also, war zone, right? Or no? Red Cross, they are there. They take the laptops. But they don't have wireless. They don't have Wi-Fi. How do they connect then? Let's say this guy, leg got, something went wrong with the war fighting. Or he's passed away, right? That information should be entered into the laptop. And then that will be offline. They don't have a Wi-Fi for those systems, no. So what happens when you come home? ARC member comes with the laptop, connects to the internet. That's where it syncs the data with the main server. You offline, online. Do they need to test it or no? You enter the data, it goes into your laptop. It will not be there on the main server, right? So do we need to test it or no? We have to test it. Everything that is defined should be tested, right? But anyway, this is the case management system. Okay, so 2 national centers respond 24 hours per 365 days per year to requests for assistance. The American Red Cross receives requests from active duty members of the military and their families. See this, military and their families, Red Cross chapters, domestic and overseas stations. Staff providing full case management are supplemented through a dispersed service delivery system of selected chapters of the Red Cross providing so and so, so and so. Okay. AFES 5 release. This is what the release 5. Deployment installation. Okay. This release deployment installation will specifically apply the coding logic that will impact the performance of the AMDocs Clarify case management tool. Whatever the logic that we are changing right now, it will impact the case management tool called Clarify from AMDocs. ARC have their own application, and they thought, okay, why do I need to develop the case management? Why can't I just buy it from ARC? From the AMDocs. AMDocs has this system already. They said, why don't we just buy it? And it's only like costing me monthly $100. If I want to develop that, it's going to cost me at least $10 million. Why do I need to do this, right? Somebody developed it. Somebody's charging me, monthly. Okay, let's buy it. Buy it, integrate it with the existing military members' information. Case management is only just sending, receiving information. All the military members' information is there in the AFES web. Armed Forces Emergency Services web has a case management tool integrated. Case management tool is from AMDocs. AFES web integrated with Clarify. AFES web from ARC integrated with the Clarify from the AMDocs. Okay, this product, case management tool, this product is called COTS product. What does that mean? It's a very generic word. Okay, COTS means commercial off the shelf, commercially available in the shelf. Take it and integrate it. COTS product, commercial off the shelf. It is available basically. You can just take it and integrate it. If I want to manage the cases right now, let's say issues getting like students are, I have 10,000 students, imagine like that. Everybody's calling. So I need some case management to resolve the issues one by one. Right now it's okay. Any current batch has the issues and then we resolve, right? Then I need a case management tool in my website. So what do? I have to buy it. integrate. You have a mechanism basically. Okay, so this logic, coding logic that will impact the performance of the MDocs Clarify case management tool, which supports messaging and case management for members of the military and their families. The release 5.1 will apply revised logic to the Clarify graphical user interface. This coding change that we are doing, it's going to change something on the GUI, revised logic to the Clarify graphical user interface, GUI, right? Middleware processes. There may be something that the process that they need to run. And administrative functions. What is administrative function?
Control.
Let's say American Red Cross team. Once they modify this, they need to learn what to do, how to do. Administration of ARC. Who is doing the administration for this? Who is entering the data, creating the data, deleting the data? ARC. So their administrative means like operational functions needs to be changed. It should be upgraded. And administrative functions, thus impacting the full scope of the architecture. Entire thing is changing. This is a big release that we are doing, right? That's what they are saying. That is how clear that you need to read when you're reading something. I never worked with this. I never worked with the ARC, but I still try to understand every word. If you don't read it like that, it's going to be tough for anybody. Maybe you, it may be somebody else. Even if the guy has a tons of experience, he got to go back and read, right? Okay, now project scope. Same thing they copy pasted. Deployment, coding logic, performance, see this here? Same thing they copy. That is the scope, okay? Overall description, product perspective. Same thing again, okay? And then product features. Temporary contact information screen changing on the AFES web enhancements. Registration web page text is changing. Welfare inquiry web page text changing. Display rank drop down text is changing. So things are changing here. Okay. How about this? Clarify enhancements here. These things that they are changing. They are very clear. And that goes into our test plan. Things to be tested, things not to be tested. Things to be tested. These are the list of requirements that we are going to test. Does it make sense or no? You have to write it. Objective. You copy paste the same thing what they have. Scope. Same thing. Right? It's all coming from there, from the requirements document. Things to be tested. Not to be tested. Things to be tested. These. Copy paste straight. You're not doing it. You're not writing anything new on your own because it's all coming from somewhere. Even if you want to write something, there is nothing to write. Think of it. Okay? And user classes and characteristics. So they are writing down what exactly who is going to handle that. Operating environment. The documentation a little more. And then assumptions and dependencies. Okay. System features. Temporary contact information. Let's try to understand. AFES web users access the case management system from many disparate locations, requiring an update of current contact information upon login. When I'm logging in, ARC member, it's asking me to update my current contact information, I'm not here always. I go to New Jersey, I go to maybe, Iraq, I don't know where I go, right? So as soon as I log in, it says, okay, update your information, current information. To ensure that they may be contacted, should AFES center staff require additional information regarding the case. Let's say I am the ARC member. I enter some case for her. If at all the case is not clear, right? And then they need to contact somebody. It's me who entered the case, ARC member. So if they want to contact me, I don't have a number, right? So that's what I need to update every time that you enter some location. When a user selects to create a case, when I'm creating a case for her, the system will display user account information. Your system should display user account, my account information, ARC member information. If the user is in the temporary location, if I'm in the temporary location, they will elect to supply temporary contact information. Currently, the system requires the user to enter all the fields on the temporary contact information screen. Right? Many times, however, information such as name and email addresses remain the same. That is the context, business need. AFES web users are requesting the system to auto-populate the phone number and email address on the temporary contact information form with the user contact information and allow the user to edit the fields that may have changed. The temporary contact, so basically what they are saying is, let them auto populate my information. Why do I need to enter all that? They already have my information, right? Why do I need to enter all of it? If at all everything change, nothing changes. Email doesn't change. My first name, last name doesn't change. Why do I need to enter every time? It's going to slow down my process. Every time that I create a case, it populates. Oh, where is your contact information? My contact information, right? So they are saying that we don't want to enter it. You populate it automatically. So let's have a look at the screenshots, mockups, what they have. They are saying first name, last name. Remove these fields from the screen. That's what they're saying. From the existing screen, remove these two. And phone number and email, auto-populate and allow the edits. First name, last name cannot be changed. 99% of the time they don't change it, especially the members. Okay, first name, last name. So these should be auto-populate. It should be removed. Simple to understand if you have a markup. There's a markup for you. What is the new screen? New temporary contact screen should look like this. See how clear they are. They are very clear. They are that clear. What is so complicated for you to test the application? Nothing complicated. They are telling you what to do, and then you make sure. See how they write it. First name data entry field shall be removed from the existing temporary contact information screen. The text field, first name only, it's a text field this time. So normally they're saying this should be removed and this should be removed. Very clear, right? That clear they are giving it. The last name field data entry should be removed, should be removed, should be removed. Text system shall allow the user to edit the temporary email address. So text field should be removed. SDU number text label shall be removed. How can it go wrong? How can we not test the application if the requirements are this clear? If this is not clear, developer cannot develop it, tester cannot test it. Can they develop it if the things are not this clear? Forget about testers. How do they develop it, first of all, if that's not that clear? Right? So anyway, that's what it is. Okay. So we have the screens also. Is it complicated to test it? Let's see what these guys are saying. Users rely upon the information provided on the login web page to determine the best resource for assistance, so on so on. So the text provided on the AFES web page, login web page, should clearly identify the resources designated to assist matters relating to general so on so on so. So what they are saying, let's have a mock-up. Maybe you get better idea. Remove the text inside the boxes from the screen. What is the new screen that they are looking for? Oh, there you go. They remove that little thing and they want to add this, and you need to check it. They are saying that this is what they want. Developers are going to develop it. Testers are going to test it. Same thing. Welfare information label change. Display rank drop down. Let's see what it is. AFES web users are currently unable to view the complete text of available options in the rank field of the case create web pages. There is a rank field in the case create page somewhere. Upon selecting the drop down menu, many options are truncated due to the narrowed width of the menu, thus limiting the user ability to select the proper operation. So let's see what they're looking for. They're not, it's all getting truncated. There you go, rank field. See that? These two are getting truncated. They're not able to see. Okay, so they want you to fix it. Enhance the search by name. Search by name enhancements are changing. Search by name, when you're searching for somebody on by name, they are enhancing those features. Okay, what is that they're saying? Disaster response users require the ability to query the AFES database to locate the case records using wildcard function. What is the wildcard function? Remember that I was searching for some file, MP4, MP3, somebody's audio file. I was not giving the file name. I was giving asterisk dot MP4. I don't know the name. I don't know the name of the file, but I know the extension of the file should be MP4. Right? It's called wildcard is asterisk there. Wildcard entity. Wildcard is asterisk. You can keep anything. It can be anything. So it's there in the Windows also that we have that. In the Windows, we always search for that. So if you have something here on the desktop, I have some file with a, let's say document, but I don't know the name, .doc. There you go. It's displaying all the .doc. Wherever that they see doc in their documentation, if I say .doc asterisk .doc, extension of the files should be .doc. Show me only those. That's what it's showing you. Okay, this is called a wildcard. So what they are saying is, so database to query the records using the wildcard function in both first name and last name fields. Due to the performance concerns, the users will be trained to enter as much as of their name possible. Well, if we want to find out, man, this guy, we're not able to find him in the disaster. So she gave the number, case. And when somebody else also, maybe her sister can come in, she can also report, man, this guy is not. So maybe I want to check it before entering the data, before entering the record. We already entered the name or any search. Basically, they want to search by name. It was not easy to search. Now they want to make it easy. So what is that they are saying? What is that? The system shall allow for a wildcard search for the last name with a minimum of one character. One character? What the hell is that? One character? If you have a name of Krishna case, if you say K, it should pull out all the. That's too much combo. I don't know. If it is me, I don't give that requirement. What they wanted. This is the change. It means that they have a need. They have a need for that. Okay. Same thing for last name also, I think. Okay. Anyway. So if I want you to test it, imagine you are testing this right now. Right? How do you test this? I gave you application. You have application with you. What do you test? First name data entry field shall be removed. What do you test? When you have a form, make sure that it's removed. And that step is passed. The step is I tested it. Second one, text field. Is it removed? Yes, it is removed. Passed. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. You can use this document or you can create your own document too. Okay, if you are creating your own document to test a specific feature, specific functionality, we call them as a test cases. Cases. Case 1, case 2, case 3. And you can copy paste the same steps or you can rewrite it. It's all up to you. What is better? Copy paste it. If it is possible, you copy paste it. Why do you want to rewrite it? But sometimes you cannot copy paste. So you are writing your cases to follow them to test the application. If I am writing some step, I should be able to follow the steps to do the testing. It's not just for me. If I leave the company, if she joins, she should be able to follow. For me, it's easy because I went for the walkthroughs. I know the application. When she comes in, she's like, what the hell is this? I don't understand. Okay, so you need to write in such a way that people can follow the steps. There are two ways of writing the test cases. What to do? What is that we need to do in that case? The first one? If I read this, you can imagine you copy paste the step. The first name data entry field shall be removed from the existing temporary contact information. That's information. How do I test it? Log into the application, go to the temporary contact information screen and check that first name data entry field is removed from the application. That's how you write it, so that I can blindly follow. If I copy paste it, that's an information. If I write it by understanding the step, that's the way that you test the application. The way that you test your application. For example, if I have a friend, he's my partner too. He's been working. He was my student 7-8 years back. And then he became a tester. 7 years he's been working, right? 7 years is real 7 years, right? And this guy completed his project and he's moving on to the next project. He went for the interview. The guy, his Indian guy, came in the interview. He asked him, how do you test a coffee cup in the morning time, right? He came with a cup, I think it is, a ceramic cup. How do you write a test case to test this cup? How do I write a test case to test the cup? We need to write the steps now. You need to write the steps, right? So how do we write it? Cup, you all know what the requirement is. You cannot argue on that because we all know cup, coffee cup. How do you test it? If you are working for a manufacturing of that cup, what are the things that you test?
It's not leaking.
So you need to write the step 1. Okay, step 1. It's not leaking.
Yeah.
Who said that? You said that? Okay. She said first step is it's not leaking. Make sure that it's not leaking. That is the information. How do you do it? How? Fill the cup with the water, then say there is no leak. Two variations here if you look at it. Make sure that it doesn't leak. I know, but how do I test it? Oh, pour some water. Then make sure there is no leak. That's the second way of writing it. Okay? So every step that you write, you should think about it like that. Can somebody follow my step or not? Forget about somebody. You. Today you have only 2 steps that you understand. What if I have 100 test cases that you wrote, and you go back to the first one, you have no idea what the hell it is. Right? So that's the reason we write it clear. Simple English, nothing special. Make sure that pour some water in the cup. Make sure that it's not leaking. Look around the cup. Same thing here. Log into the application. Go to this screen, temporary contact information screen. Right? Temporary contact information screen can be accessed on one case update page, case create disaster page, okay. Log into the application. Go to these 4 screens. And make sure that first name field is removed. You write it step like that. Does that make sense? What is the second step? Cup. How do you test the cup? The one is leaking, no problem.
The hand too hot.
What is that?
Sometimes when you put ceramic cups in the.
I understand. What is the
it's
step?
Too hot.
Okay.
So it should not get too hot.
Okay. How do you test it?
When you put it in the microwave.
Exactly. See, the first step is information again. Right. Second one is how. Oh, pour hot water. And then hold it. Feel it. That's the step that you need to write. How you are going to perform that action. That's what not to do. Right. What to do. Right. What to do, not what to do. How to do. First step is what to do, and then the second step is more deeper into that. How to do. Right. What else? Handle is not a question or answer. What is handle? You got to complete the sentence. Handle is strong to hold the cup. They want to check the handle. Okay. Now what do you check? Hold. Comfortable? Or it should be comfortable for you. Okay. Make sure they hold the handle. Make sure that it's comfortable for you. Right? Okay. What else? Microwave or something?
Yeah, you feed microwave.
Microwavable or not? So what does that mean? How do you test it?
You
Put it in the microwave and run it for 1 hour and see. Doesn't work, right? So those are the. You need to understand the difference between the cases when you write it. Well, what happens if first way? If I write in the first way, check that it is. What is that? It's leaking or not? Nothing wrong. You'll be in trouble when you're testing the application. How do I do this now? Right? So when you write it, do this, pour the water. Okay, do this right away. Step is done. Remember, execution takes shorter time. Planning takes longer time. You need to understand that part.
What if that wasn't a requirement?
Right, but it should be there in the requirement. We are talking about we know what the cup is right now. That's the assumption that we took. Right? So basically the steps that you write, you need to make sure that you can follow them. That's very important. And preconditions and post conditions. Precondition maybe. Remember that yesterday we were trying to create a patient or something, new patient, and then fields are not populating. Remember that? The one that I showed you guys. And then we went into the settings, and then I was looking for the setting, right? So possible when you're doing some action, patient creation, make sure that you did this setup already. Otherwise, you don't see the values populated. So we cannot complete it. See, I couldn't do that yesterday. You saw that. So entering the patient information is okay. Enter this, enter this, enter this, enter this. Okay, but if you don't tell the precondition, in the case, it's going to be tough for the test case executed. Precondition is this. Go to the settings, enter labor categories, select this, enter this, enter this, enter this. Once it is done, then you can go to the patient creation and make sure that you enter all this and save the record. And see that record is getting saved or not. So preconditions, post conditions also. What happens after? Once you create it, It should come on to something, right? So basically, I'm talking about test cases, how detailed that we write our test cases. Okay, test cases can be small, test cases can be big. It can be like 100 steps. It can be 2 steps. It's all up to the name of the scope of the name of the test case. What you are testing. Everything comes from the name of the case. If I say test case for login, you test only login features in that using that steps, right? Registration underscore login. Okay, registration information should be there, login should be there. Like the one that we is saying, one character search, right? Search feature that they said. Okay, for that, login, right? Login with the valid user ID password. Go to the search, go to the case create, case update, right? What are the like 4 or 5 screens? Go to any of one of them. Now look for a search field, enter only one character, like example A. If you have a case created, before for the name of David, assuming that you already have a case of David in the database, you created a case. Okay, so precondition is make sure that David case created, case for David as a first name created. Now you go to the step actually, login, go to search, enter A and search for that A. Then system should display David case with the David of first name. That's how detailed that you write. You're thinking of scenarios. Or I don't want to write all precondition. Okay, no problem. So enter A in the search field and search for that. It should display the names, cases, and the names of the people which has A in their names. Okay, you did that, nothing displayed. You wrote the case like that, nothing displayed. Is that okay? If I say make sure that you have a David case already, now search for A, David should be displayed. That's better. You are giving the whole scenario. Way to start, what way to end. If I don't have a David case created, you entered A in the database, in the search field, nothing came up. So it doesn't mean anything for me. Then you have to go back and create David and then search for that A, right? So there may not be any cases created, maybe empty database. There are no cases created. Okay, so for that, what we do is we use a software that we are going to install it for you guys to write those cases. Where do we write those cases? You can write that in MS Word or Excel or in the HP ALM. HP ALM. Did you guys do that? HP ALM?
Yeah.
No? I mean the previous training that you went somewhere.
Oh, I didn't go to anything.
Somebody else. Okay. All right. So here, so you can use the VMware. See, this is the when they install the software for you guys, you see this VMware player. Okay, when you guys got it installed on your desktop, you see this here. Mac doesn't work. It works, but you have to pay $70 or something for the Apple. They don't let you install anything for free. The regular system, if you have a 40 gig space, you will get you're okay. Okay, I showed you guys what to check yesterday, right? So always when you have this icon on your desktop, okay, so basically what you need to do, you need to call the main number tomorrow, get it installed by Tuesday at least, right? They will install it for you, and then maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday you can play around with the system. You can watch this video and you should be able to do it, right? So you always right click and run as administrator. Run as administrator. Even if you have that somewhere in your here something here, you can right click then say run as administrator on the Windows. Okay, so I have that on my desktop, so I'm doing it for you guys. So right click and run as administrator. So you're giving full administrative rights to that system basically. So click S on this window. Okay, so now you get this window open. So what you need to do is, this is your Krishna training 40 gig. Okay, you highlight it. You can double click or you can highlight and then say play virtual machine. So it will start a separate machine for you guys. Within your system there is another machine within a machine. You have your main regular Windows 10, but this is going to be Windows XP. We're installing Windows XP for you, but I'm not disturbing any of your system. I'm just putting a file there and that's it. Okay, So play the virtual machine. It will start your Windows XP. So watch here. Do it slowly. When you do start working with the systems, you better to start slowly. If you're doing left and right, you get confused and then you feel like you don't want to learn it. Just go slowly like this. Watch the video slowly, and then try to learn it. As one lady came in the start first day, she was like 50 age or something. Just remember that she was sitting down there. I told her not to come. It's not worth. Some people, they cannot learn even if you force. Okay, when I see that, taking the money and say bye bye to the, I don't know, I mean, how you take it. I felt I don't think that you can learn this. This is not for you. Because she have no idea, not even a graduate. She did her 10th grade. Okay, we don't want to do something like that. I told her, and I can take the money, but it's all waste of your money. It's all up to you. But I'm not going to, help you out too much. It's going to be too much for you.
So when you're looking for a job, graduation must be
No, it's not a must.
No,
See, it's not a must. Some people, even if you're not a graduate, the way that you talk is like normal. Education matters always. Your personality should show up on your face, right? So some people are not graduates. I can show you a lot of people who is working 10th grade people.
So even like if we are graduated from India,
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's not about, see, what I'm saying is, even if you did 10th grade from India, recently, I'm okay. Not like 40 years back. There's a difference. There's a difference that when a fresh graduate coming out, master's engineering year, right? 10 years masters. Is there a difference or not? That's the only difference. Because she should talk, she's not able to even talk, right? I said, you better to come down. If you still feel coming down, you just come back. I don't want to take the money. And that's what I told her. Anyway, so here, where you get the screen. This is the screen that you get into. See this, what is it saying here? Windows XP. Okay. In this process, if you get any pop-up windows, you can close those windows. Okay. When you're starting up, if at all you're getting any pop-up, you say close or cancel or something. Okay. But you should see the screen. The password here is never give up. That's easy to remember.
No caps, nothing.
No, it's all lowercase. And this system has a lot of softwares for you guys, from the QDP to whatnot, all kinds of your.
that's the same for I think.
I don't know what that is. The never give up is there. Okay, for this it's never give up because we are using a lot of other things also. As long as you write it down, that's all it is. So here, so
And the user ID will be pasted.
it comes up automatically. It comes up So as soon as you go there, you have a user ID, password will be empty. So you enter your never give up
They
there.
will help us, right, when we call the number.
Why? What help that you want?
No, the first time downloading all
Well, they will do that all that for you. After that, they may close and you see only this, right? From here, I'm telling you what to do, right? All right. So now you get this page up. Always make sure that you maximize this window like this. Don't work like this. See this here, you have a start, settings and all. This is a separate machine. But make sure that you maximize it. And make sure that you click on this. See this here, 4 arrows on the top? It maximizes the whole way, all the way. So you see that only your stuff, the XP machine, your Windows, the regular Windows is gone, right? It may be there in the back side. So if you want to minimize, you can minimize it always like this. You get your regular PC, right? So this is the VMware virtual machine for you, and this is the the regular desktop. Okay. So when we come back next week, we're going to do that in the class anyway. Okay. But you need to call these people. Make sure 12 o'clock, after 12
You have to
o'clock.
bring a laptop next time?
Yeah. You should bring it. You should show me, right? So now this is the page it comes up, which is a browser, nothing special, Internet Explorer, right? So what is this here? Start ALM QC server, right? Which is ALM, Application Lifecycle Management, HP ALM. This is the software that we use. So this system will be slow always, very very slow. You got to deal with that. That's how it works. Okay, because of the servers and software, it has almost 30 softwares in there. So it's not easy. You cannot even put all of them together in one place. And on your main systems, you cannot install any of this because your Windows 10, Windows 8, it doesn't work that way. Okay, only this machine. This is the only one it works. XP machine. We made it so Anyway, so now first thing that you need to check is, you see this in the right side corner, you see this circle, black circle, white circle, black circle, red circle, right? You have to wait till this becomes like this. If you have a green color or any other color, it doesn't work. Okay, it should be this color. As soon as you log in, wait for like 3-4 minutes. Wait till you see this icon, right? This icon is in this color. That means your HP ALM started. If HP ALM starts, everything starts in the system, because that's the slowest, because it's a server, big server. Okay, now it starts, but first thing that you need to do is write it down. Okay, click on start ALM QC server, wait for 4 minutes or 5 minutes, right? And then click on start HP start ALM QC server. Click on this, click on this. When you click on this, what do we get? So how do we got this page? First of all, because automatically it will come up. This browser comes up automatically. If it is not there, you can always open up from the bottom. See here, this little click, Internet Explorer, or you can do Internet Explorer here from here, and again that page opens up for you. Same page opens up. Okay, there you go. The same page comes up. So first thing is that make sure that this circle came up. Wait for 4-5 minutes in the black and white only, not the green one. Circle always there, but in the different color. You have to wait till it becomes black and red, black and white and red. Okay. Now you get this. You click down this. What do I got there when I got that? So I got that file download security warning. Do you want to run the file? You want to save or run the file? Say simply run the file. Something comes up like this, then it will disappear, and then it opens up a screen for you guys. It's called HP's Hewlett Packard, right? ALM, Application Lifecycle Management. It's loading right now. Okay, so you got this page. Wait till it loads up. You saw that how slow it is. It is slow. It is slow. Okay, that's how it works. Maybe in your system it will be faster. Maybe, I don't know. In my systems it's slow. Okay, so user ID is Krishna. Password is also Krishna to log into. Krishna is the password, lowercase. This page comes up automatically. When you click on the run button, start, and then the run window comes up, and then it's all getting recorded anyway, so you're okay. So if it is checked already, just I'm unchecked it. I'm not going to automatically log in next time. I want to authenticate. Okay, so Krishna is the user ID, password is also Krishna. You can just copy paste it here. Okay, and then authenticate. You're logging into ALM to write your test cases. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, so now what project that you're logging into? Krishna training is the project that you're logging into. It's logging in.
We're going to practice writing the test cases.
We have a requirement document, right? You saw that ARC document that you can download from our website. Then using the document, I want you to write at least 5 test cases. First one, second one, third one. You have a requirement 1, requirement 2, requirement 3. You can just follow that. Okay. Now, once you log in, you should see these tabs here like this. Okay. If you don't see all these 4 tabs, it means you didn't start it properly from here. You may see only 2 sometimes. It means that you didn't start it properly. Okay, so all you need to do is you have to go back here, start ALM QC server, right? And then you get this window, that little pop-up window, then simply say run. That should open up the browser for you guys. This one. What is the URL for this? That is the URL for our training, right? If you join in a company, they give their own URL. They give their own URL. All right. So now we saw this. First, what we do is we list our requirements, 5 or 6 or 7, whatever that we have, right? So whatever that you're assigned for right now, it's going to be slow. Just be patient here. See this, it's loading something here. Just be patient, okay? You really need to be patient. From the previous batch, we have, this is the permanent one, requirements. It remains always, okay? So this one is a folder that they created, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this right now, okay? Or just ignore it. Delete, I don't know, let's see. Sometimes you cannot delete it because there may be some dependencies on that, something linked to it. So it's linked like this. You still have something here. You cannot delete this basically. Okay. Now it's deleted. If you have something already, that's fine. You can leave it. See, when you join the company, there may be so many folders. When you join the companies, there may be so many folders, right? Maybe previous work that they did and all that. So what is that we are trying to do here? We're trying to list out the requirements. What requirements that I'm going to test for this release. So what are those? These, right? These are all the requirements that I'm supposed to work on. These, right? These are the requirements, yes or no? So you are planning. Okay, I have 10 requirements that I need to write the test cases for. I have 10 requirements that I need to write the test cases for, right? Okay, now I can say AFES web enhancements is one heading, one folder. Clarify enhancement is another folder. I just want to create a folder structure basically so that it will be clear. So we go here. So see this folder, no big deal. Simple button. There's only one button here that you can click on. A new folder. Okay, I click on that. Requirements folder name. I'll put it as AFES web. You can even do this like this. AFES web, right? Create a folder. Under that you can create 2 enhancements. So see this here, AFES web. It is unlocked right now. It means that you can modify it. Okay, it is unlocked. Unlocked. It means that you can modify. If it is locked, you cannot modify. You have to unlock it. So it's called check out. This folder is checked out. Check out.
So how do you unlock it? Just
Right click. See this here. Checkout is. See this versions here.
okay.
You highlight it. Versions. Check in. Undo checkout. Right now it's unlocked, which is checked out. Right. So I'll show you guys in a minute. Okay. So this is the folder. I want to create 2 folders under this, just to be organized. So what do we do? One more folder. Name is AFES web enhancements is one enhancement that I'm doing, that I'm going to work on. What is the other one? Clarify enhancements, which is very clear. And again, I don't want to create under this. I want to create under this. That is the parent. One more folder. If I'm going fast, let me know. Okay. Clarify enhancements. So all I did is I clicked on the folders like the way that we create in the Windows. Nothing special. So both of them are unlocked. If you are done with the modifications with this, if you don't have any more modifications, that if you don't want to add any requirements, if you don't want to do anything on this, you can right click, versions, check in. Check in means it's going to lock. So it's like this, versions. It's going to be slow. So here, versions, check in. I'm done with the modifications. I don't have any more modifications. I'm checking in. That's what it's saying. Okay, so I'm not doing that right now. I'm just leaving it right now. So first one, what do I need to do? I need to create my list of requirements that I need to work on, that I'm responsible for. Okay, what are those? First one is temporary contact information, right? Temporary contact information. So I go there under AFES web enhancements. I'm going to create, see the second button, a new requirements. A new requirement. You click on that. So it says, what is the name of the requirement? You copy paste it. Okay. I cannot copy the hyphen in there. Okay. So it's like this. This is so slow. Okay. Temporary contact information. Okay. That's the first one that I need to work on. So what is this about? Author, the guy who is going to work on is me. There are a couple of fields. These fields will be modified later on. There will be so many of those in the reality. Right now it's a temporary sample database, so not that many customizations are there. Normally it will be what is the project name, what is the product name, what version that you're releasing, all of those options. You'll have a lot of options there. Okay. Now you go here. So this is the context. This is the business need, right? I just want to put that under my requirement. This is the actual need and the context of it. Does that make sense? No. If I leave the company, she joins, she can come here, she can say, oh, temporary contact information. Okay, what is that problem? Why are they changing that? If he is web access user, okay, so on. So, oh, that is the reason. So they can understand what the requirement is. Okay. Now that's all I want to do here. There's nothing else. You're putting the name and the description of what exactly the requirement is. You can attach some documents if you want to attach. You can attach the whole document. You can attach the whole document like a regular way. Okay. So I'm going to submit it right now. So let's try to add one more requirement. What is the second one? Second one is a display user registration. So I'll put it here first, and then I'll take this one and I put it here. What am I doing? From taking out the things from my MS Word and putting it here. That's all I'm doing, nothing special. I'm trying to be organized. Second requirement is done. What is the next one?
Did the requirement window open up on its own?
This one? No, I clicked on this.
Okay.
See, like this.
So that's the second.
Second button, yes. It's a new requirement. You can see when you keep the cursor there, it says new requirement. So this is the third one. And I'm going to copy this here. So I'm putting the description of what the requirement is. Like this. You submit it. Requirement 18 successfully added. Same like that, maybe one more. Display rank drop down. Go on.
We have to write the test cases, you said, high test cases.
For you guys, well, by the time that you come back next class, you better to write at least 5 test cases. I didn't show you guys yet. I'm just showing you writing the requirements, right? All right. So now let me write it down. One more requirement. I'm listing out all I'm doing is I'm listing out my requirements first, and then for those requirements I'm going to write the test cases. Okay, these are the 5 requirements that I wrote it down here. Let's see what happened here. So if you look at it, look at the hierarchy here. Look at the hierarchy. What is that here? It's here. Under that they created. Why? We don't want that. We want to have all of them under AFES web. You can move like regular way that you move. Let me show you. You select it. See, and then enhanced search by name. It should be under AFES web enhancements, directly under the folder. Say yes. To do one more. See this here? There's only one that left. You can hold that little dark circle and then you put it under that. Did I do that? There you go. There you go. All of them are under this. There you go. Okay. So now what we need to see right now, it is not covered with the test cases. See this here? It's very clear. It's not covered with the test cases. All we have is the requirements, right? So where do we write the test cases? We write the test cases under testing tab. Under testing tab, we go here, test plan tab. Under that we create the test cases. Under test plan tab, you click on this test plan. So I already have some folder here. If you want to create something under that, you can create it, or you can create something under a new folder. So let's create everything under brand new. Subject is the default folder that remains always. Under that you create a folder here, new folder. The folder name is AF, what is that? AFES web. Under that I created 2 folders, right? So this is same button here, same button. Okay, AFES web enhancements, right? And then same like that. Under this I want to create clarify enhance, not under this. Okay, so you highlight the parent folder and then you create under that clarify enhancements. There you go, 2 folders that I created. So now what do I need to do? I need to create my test cases under this, right? So under this, so all I do is see this second button, a new test. So click on the new test. So when the development is going on, this is what you do. Your job is organizing your test planning, test cases, completing your test cases and getting it approved. Okay, now what is the first test case? Temporary contact information, I think it is, right? Okay, temporary contact information. I'll give the same name, nothing special. And make sure that you select this as a manual. It's a manual test case. All right. Now, any description, if you want to add the description details, you can add that. What is this here? Using this test case, you can write it down. Using this test case, user should be able to test the changes in the temporary contact information screen. Something like that. You write it down what exactly this test case is for. Okay. All right. Click OK. So you clicked on the new and you got this, you entered this, you selected the manual test case and you got this one here, temporary contact information. Okay, now what do? This is what we wrote it down. Using this test case, user should be able to test, right? Now see this here, steps that you need to write it down. Design steps. Design steps. You cannot remember all these steps. It comes with only practice. Okay, you may be thinking so many clicks that he's doing. But normally I clicked on two places in the requirement folder and the requirement. And when I come to test plan, I clicked on the folder and the new test. That's what I did. Okay. So now design steps is the place where you write the steps for you. Okay. Now see this little button here, a new step. You want to write step 1, step 2, step 3. So in the step, what do we see here? Step 1, it gave you number already. Description, what is that you are trying to do? Okay, what do we need to do? First thing is that when you're writing it, I told you guys, from the scratch all the way, launch the application with the given URL. Launch the application with given URL. Somebody is going to give you, your leader, somebody is going to give you URL. Normally it will be configuration management people, configuration management team. It's all under, will be under operations team. It's called operations. Okay, that team will give you every day morning, this is the URL for today's testing. Okay, but right now you are writing it. I'm not sure that application is available or not. We don't know, right? We are writing the cases and they are developing it. Yes or no, right? So we are writing down, vaguely we're writing down, okay, launch the application with given URL. What happens when you launch? Expected. When you launch it, application should open up. What is that you're expecting? When you type this, this is what I'm expecting. Application should open up. Okay. Next step. See this little button here? New step. I'm done almost. Okay. So this is it. New button here. And click on login button maybe. Right? System should take the user where? System should. These are the assumptions right now. It will be normal, right? So system should be able to take the user to the login page. Next step, enter valid user ID and valid password, right? And click on submit button. You're not doing data entry here, remember. You got to think so much when you type. Don't need to really worry about I don't know typing and all that. It's okay. All right. So what is the system supposed to do? System should take the user to the main page of the right? Application. Simple. Write it
The
down.
description, the above description is from the requirement.
Right. Right. So now the next step is here. Now if you look at your requirement document after login, temporary contact information screen can be accessed on these 4 screens, right? Now you can write it down. Go to, okay, uh, temporary contact information screen, right? Screen on on these 4, right? How many that we have? On screen on, or maybe access temporary contact information screen on case create, case update. So it means that go to all those 4 screens. User should be able to access the temporary contact information screen, right? All right. So now the next step. What is the next step? What is the first thing that we need to check? Make sure first name data entry field is removed from the temporary contact information screen. Make sure you go there. Make sure. What is that?
It's like too many steps.
Right. That's all we need to do. That's the job. Okay. So we don't depend on the system requirement document. We don't know. At this point, you feel like you're not doing anything, but eventually, when you're doing searching, all the other features, you have to write it literally. Do this, create that, create this, and you have to do all that. So, what is that? Make sure first name data entry field is removed from the existing temporary contact information screen. Should be removed. When are we going to check all this? When the application is ready. At this point, they are developing it. Once they have done all the changes, when it comes to you, you compare these two, your application, your test case, and your application. System requirement document doesn't even come in play. You don't have a time for that. You have time only for this. These are the steps that you're going to follow blindly. You complicated? No? Complicated? Well, what is the next one? Make sure, come on guys, this cannot be complicated. Make sure the first text field, first name is removed. What is their expectation? That's what you're looking for. Expectation should be removed. Should be removed, right? Should have been removed. Alright, so the next one. Last name. Man, I'm copy pasting it almost. Not really, I'm writing it. Make sure, see, I'm writing it. You're lucky that, this guy is a good guy. He wrote it down very nicely. What if you don't have something like that? He gave you a box. Remember that one of the test case, the requirements are, we saw that field should be there, type field, all that. Then what do? You have to type it. For sugars, what is that? Salesforce, I think. For the Salesforce, the field should be there. He gave small table. Then what do? You cannot copy paste table here. You have to write it. It should be text field like that. Should be removed. And that's it. You'll be keep on doing it till you complete all your steps. Only these 6 or 7, I think it is. I see some applications like this, like 100 fields like this. Make sure. Okay, no problem. Should be removed. So you write it down like this. So once you click on OK, all the steps comes here. And there's nothing to save. It's already saved in the database. So anytime that you come in here, so you see it's unlocked, so you can still do modifications, right? If you feel that you are done modification, so all you do is you highlight it, go to versions, check in, put the file in back, so that no more modification from me. If somebody else wants to do it, they can do it. So check in, or you see check in here, global check in, that's what they call. You can see all the tests, 5 tests are checked out by so and so. So check in, so that Which one is this? Temporary contact information. This one. Okay. Check. It's asking what is the check-in. This version number will be increased by 1. It maintains the copies of all the versions that you're doing modifications. Okay. So you write it down. All the steps are added. Okay. For the sake of it. So write it down 1. Now you see this log should go away. So it means now if your manager wants to review, your lead wants to review, right? So he got review. When he's reviewing it, he found something wrong. Oh, I want to change this. Let me change. What is it saying here? Check out now. Your lead wants to modify, you got to check out. He got to check out. Otherwise, you cannot do this. What is this control? Let's say he does some changes, and those are wrong. Those are wrong. You have always option to go back to the older version. Let's say, let me do this here. Modification. I'm a lead, right? So I write it down, maybe lead Krishna, right? Modify 6th step, right? Because you wrote something wrong, I'm modifying, right? So now I'm going to add, I just take out everything here. Okay, click OK. Simple, something that I want to modify. Okay, now this is fine. Now what do? I, as a lead, have to check in. Right? Check in. Then step 6 completed. Okay, now this is done. Again, I looked at something else. Oh, I want to modify this also. I want to add one more step. I want to add. Me means I'm a lead. I'm adding one more step because you missed one step. Right? I'm going to add one step here. What does it say? Adding step 9. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Now it is unlocked. So I will add new step to show the versions. Okay, something like that. I wrote it down like this. Click OK. Now I have the step. Where is the step? Where is the step? It went there. You see this here? Well, how do I pull it down? Well, you can hold it on this gray area and then pull it down like this. Okay. Now let's say you want to add one step here. Literally. You want to add one step here. So I'm still checked out, so I can add more steps. Okay. Let's say I want to add one more step. What is the step number? 10. So how is that going to work? 10 is here. It's going to go 10 comes here. Let's say I'm just adding something here. Okay. I just did something. Alright. So now, where is my step? Here. But it should be 5, not 10, because I want to add in the middle, right? So you can do something here. Renumber the steps. So I want that step there, but it should be 5. There you go. And if you want to move around, same thing applies. I want to move this step here, like that. So 4, and then maybe, what happened? Didn't move? Oh, it moved. 4 and 8. Yeah. And I want to renumber it. You can renumber. So how many changes that I did? I did so much, thing here, right? So let's say I will check in. Basically, if you want to modify something, you have to check out. If you're done with the modifications, you check in. Okay. Until you check in, let's say what is that I added? Step number 10, step number 5 or something that I added, right? As a lead, the guy who wrote that, if he looks at it, he won't see any of the changes until I check in. Until I check in, until I put it back, the other people cannot see that. Only when I check in, then everybody else can see because everybody accesses the same system in the reality. Okay, so now let's go back here. See this history here? History of the case. Now you can see all the versions that are modified. So first version will be empty, which we created, first one. 2 is the one where we created some steps. Third one, some changes that we did. Then fourth one, I did some more changes. Okay, so you can view the second step test case. And if you feel that your lead did mistake on these two, right, these two are the mistakes, right, these are the two things that are mistakes. So I can check out this one. Oh, I want the old one back, right? So check out. Are you sure you want to check out the older version? Yes. Checking out the second version because of the lead messed it up or something, right? Lead changed unnecessary changes. It may be lead, it may be system analyst, somebody reviewing your test case. Somebody wants to see that you write it down properly or not. So now I get back my second one back. All the first steps that we did. So if you go here, you should see the second one back to normal. No, your lead says, no, it's not the right one. Let's go back. Okay, no problem. We go here. We go to the fourth one. That is the right one. That's what lead is saying. You can always have an option of going to that.
Is there options to see the notes when we put in the version?
Here, you see this here
Oh,
in the bottom.
sorry.
Yeah, is that in the bottom? So that's it. So that's how you write the test cases. Take step by step. See that you can understand. The person who is going to follow the steps, can they understand? Copy pasting is not the right option. So you need to really write it. Okay. So now we go back to this and we will have something extra gent once here. So now what did we do? Why did we write this test case? To cover some requirement, right? We wrote this test case to cover the requirement that we listed. Which requirement is that? Remember? The same one, temporary contact information. Right? We are writing this test case to cover the requirement of this. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Any confusion there? We are writing this test case for something. Okay. Now we go back to this here. We are writing this test case to cover the requirement of, you see this here? Cover the requirements coverage. Which requirement? You guys remember? Click on the select requirements. It pulls up all the requirements that you created. Okay, here. There you go. I'm writing this test case to cover the requirements of this. So just select it, add to the coverage. How do I get this window? I was here, went to requirements coverage, select the requirements, right, and see this here, then say add it to the coverage. Now it's clearly you prepared for something, you made things ready, requirement, and then you have the test case also ready. Now if you go back here, requirements, what is it saying here? Not covered still, but we covered it, right? So maybe we need to refresh it. Maybe let's click here one time and then say refresh. See this little button? Refresh button, easy to understand, refresh. So now it should say something else. No run, you never executed it. It's covered, but no run, never executed it. We'll talk about that execution later on. How do we follow the step by step? That will be in the test lab. Can I do that again, a whole thing? No? Not a big deal? What do you guys think?
Business requirement document is the same.
So what do you guys do for to get the business requirement document? Go to the website, right? Software testing and requirements documents.
And then we selected that.
And then go to the second page. And then ARCSRS documents. Login. Then click here to download, right? That will download your MS Word document, and that's where the requirement is. You can do the same thing in the virtual machine itself. I'm doing it on my main machine, right? Instead of that, you do it here right away. Here, Go to krishnatraining.com, right? And then enter your user ID password and you download it right there. You don't need to come to back and forth, the main system and the virtual machine. Okay. Also, the main important thing here is when you're shutting it down, this virtual machine, you should follow the process properly. Okay, so player power shut down the guest, like you're shutting down your regular system. Okay, you don't want to just close it like this. If you close it like this, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's asking you this. So and then make sure not suspended, should be power off. And it's going to shut down it properly. Okay, so that next time when you open up, it's going to be good for you. Otherwise, it gives a lot of
It's
issues.
gonna be saved there. How to save this all?
It's already saved. Everything's saved. Every click that you do is the same automatically in the database. Backside of this HPLM, there's a SQL server running, SQL server database. Okay, so whatever the cases that you are creating, it goes into the database. That's how they created the software. Okay, now what I want to do is, it's okay if you watch the video, you should be fine. Okay, it's not a big deal. All I did is I went into my main page, shut down the guest, shut it down properly. Somebody said that you already went for the training. Who went for the training? Anybody knows? No. First day somebody came. Alright. So now it's got shut down. So how do we start it? This is how we start it. Right click. Run as administrator. Click yes. Right. Krishna training 40 gig. Right. And then you click on play the virtual machine. Play the virtual machine. Then password is never give up. Right. Okay.
So we're presenting the projects next Saturday, right?
There are so many of them. Like there's the Cairo.
This one takes only 5 minutes for you guys. Okay, 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't take more than that.
These test cases, you said you were going, you were taking the requirement from the AFPS, right? Yes. Right?
Yeah, see, yeah.
So we have to do from the same way?
Right, same way that you're doing. Whatever that way that I did, right? So you're going to do the same thing. You need the requirements, right? And all of you going to write down the same way so that we can discuss it. Okay. So I want you guys to write 5 test cases. One is the temporary contact information, the one that I just showed you guys, right? In the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whatever that we have here. Here's the first one. Is this and this and this and this and this. If you write test cases for all of them, you get the job. Okay, that gives you confidence when you go to the interview. Did you write test cases? You write it, you know the pain of it. Then the way that you talk is different. You should write it, all of this. So that's a real document. People say real project, it's a real project. Start working on it. Complete the whole document in this 1 month or 2 months, whatever the time that you have.
So these 5 test cases you wanted next Saturday?
Next Saturday, right? So that we can discuss about that a little more. How you guys will get a lot of questions when you're writing it. So that you know how much that I need to assume, how much that I need to go with the documentation. Some the things that I assume today is launch the URL, enter user ID password, that part. Remaining is all coming from the document only. I want you to write all the way up to search by name, enhanced search by name. Remember this. This is important thing, test case for me. I wanted to write it so that we can discuss about that next week. So all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to enhanced search by name, right? All right. So,
Where was this document at?
man, I showed you 3 times, man, so far. Software testing, requirements documents. And then the second page. From there, the second page here.
The, so the
Okay.
ARC, right?
Right, ARC, 14th item.
Number 14. You wanted to enhance the
Up to 5. Enhanced search by name. Enhanced search by name. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, now we were talking about so here we logged in and then start the ALM QC server because this is in the black and white color. Simply say run. Then you log in with Krishna and password is also Krishna, lowercase. Authenticate, right? Login. Next week I'll show you guys about agile methodology too. The tool for that is different tool that they use. This is the traditional methodology, that one is the agile methodology. So you can keep one project you did with the agile methodology, other project that you did with the regular traditional methodology. Simple, same like this. You create a requirement document, you create your test cases. This is important thing for you. There may be so many other things, but we're not worried about those. So here we went here.
manual testing, right?
It's all manual testing, right? We use this tool for the automation also. To store the HP QTP tools, QTP scripts into this. Satish is going to teach you guys the QTP. When he's teaching QTP, you can ask him that how to. So he's Mr. Satish. He's the one who's going to take you guys the QTP. He's a team lead, and he just came by today to show you the face basically. uh, so we logged into the requirements, right? And then we created a folder structure like based on our the need, project name, and the folder names, and then we created the structure of all the requirements here from here, right? We got the list of these requirements from our document, right? From our from here, all of them, whatever the requirements that you need to work on, and then we moved on to testing, and then test plan. And then we created the same structure again here, AFES web, and then folder structure here, web enhancements, and then you clicked on that folder and you created a new test, right? From here you clicked on this, then you enter the steps. Step 1, the test name. This is the test name that you created. I'm just going to give like something like that. We gave the before temporary contact information. For you guys need to create like five test cases. Okay, and then the design steps here. Once you get the test case, you write down your steps. New step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So this is the step 1 and then step 2, then step 2 like this, and step 3 like this. You keep on creating your steps until you complete the full test case. Okay, you don't want to leave it just like that. Okay, just make sure that you complete all the steps. You write the steps. That's where you get the confidence. Otherwise, it's going to be tough. These. Okay. Is that okay or no? Maybe okay.
So,
Right.
First you make the requirements with
List.
whatever,
Mhm.
and test plan is different.
Test cases.
Test cases.
Cases. Yeah. For every requirement, you write your test cases.
So we have to only do till 5.
5. Yeah. So you list out 5 requirements. You write 5 test cases to start with. Then next week we can discuss more on the test cases side. Okay. How detailed that we need to write our test cases. The projects that you have, what is that one? The Cario. What is the other one? Sunner. It's the same. Sunner and that is same. Most of it is same. Physicians module, something like that.
And then sugar syrup.
Well, oh yeah, sugar syrup. It's all up to you guys. If you want to do it, you can do it. But at least like 2 projects. Career.
Two projects,
Right.
Are all the steps which you showed now?
It's recorded, right? Everything is recorded right now. So you'll be watching that video. You'll be okay. Okay. So I'll leave you guys here. So Sadish may be taking over maybe after 2 more weeks or so. 1 week or 2 weeks.
We
Okay.
have 4 projects which are due on.
Okay, I need 2 at least. I need 2. 2. One is you already prepared. See, for you it's a problem because you are not coming to the classes. For them, they are good already. They are very good with the career. They already explained it. Everybody explained. Okay. For them, the second one more, right? Or maybe 2 more. It's all up to you guys. That's your resume. You need to spend time on that. That's very important for you guys. Okay. So the next week that I'll give you guys some financial project.
Did we get to read or just?
No read. Don't reading. Why do you want to read? Just spend some time. It's okay. At least prepare. Okay. The first one, career you should explain.
Yeah.
Right? The second one, prepare it. So that we'll know the content, how much that you can come up with. Right? And then, maybe you can practice that. But try to explain. That's important for you guys. You don't need to delay on that. You can see, spend 1 day time is good. 1 day is good enough. 1-2 hours is good enough for that project explanation. If you focus on that.
That was a 4-minute explanation.
4-5 minutes.
CRM, we said
Same 5 minutes. It's okay. It's all up to you. Once you guys know what to do, right? Just add more if you can add. Right? All right. It's okay.